In Invincible, after Omni Man and Thragg battled to the death and eventually Omni Man was crowned as the ruler of the Viltrumites, we saw him keeping Thragg in lockdown to prove they aren't the same. However, eventually the time comes for Thragg to face a proper verdict for all the claims and charges put against him. And on that day, we pick up on the Viltrumite Outpost on the moon, where Omni Man says the following:
"We gather here to bear witness to the fate of former Grand Regent Thragg, he who put his glory before Viltrumite glory, he who could have brought about the end of our people when it was his sworn duty to ensure our survival."
There's a pause, and the room goes completely silent.
"It's time to learn your fate."
Breaking ceremony, Thragg speaks up, asking Nolan if it's finally time for him to die a proper Viltrumite death. However, Nolan responds that no, that would actually lack courage and take them back to the old ways. They've changed now, and that in and of itself is proof that Nolan has taken everything away from Thragg. Since the Empire has changed so much in a short time, Thragg wouldn't even recognize it anymore. From this day forward, the Viltrumite Empire stands united with all races. No, all life in this universe. Their goal is to harbor peace and coexistence, and they'll never regress to the days of enslavement or conquest. So as a gesture towards that future Omni Man is fighting so hard for, suddenly we hear a click, and to his surprise, Thragg is completely released from his binds. Nolan looks to him and says,
"I want you to see everything that has changed. I want you to see the return of our great empire to heights even further than they reached back before the Scourge virus, before the end of Argol."
So to accomplish that, Nolan decides the best solution is to exile Thragg forever, telling him to find himself a cold corner of the cosmos to live out the rest of his days, away from his family, away from the Coalition, and away from everything he's ever known. Now, this will ultimately prove to be a horrible decision from Omni Man, but every one of us can at least somewhat respect the thought that went into and the intention behind it. The problem for Nolan is Thragg is already aware of how Oliver was made and raised so quickly, so he plans on doing exactly the same thing, meaning it's time to go to Thraxa and get the Bughussy.